Hey guys, this is Venomvic here, and I'm showing you guys a OU match I had on Pokemon Black. I hope you guys enjoy it. I met this kid off Cerebi Net. He was a pretty cool dude, so let's get started. So my first move was to go with my Smeagol to set up my rocks and all the good stuff. He goes for Politoed, and I thought it was a rain team, so and my stupid mistake, he goes for Espeon, and I forgot he had an Espeon on his team, so I went for Spore, and now I'm asleep. Yeah, so anyways, after this, I decided to go and switch out because I'm going to leave my Smeagol as a Death Fodder. So I go for my Weavile, and was not scared of his Espeon in that 1 second. So he goes for Light Screen, and I decided to go for my Night Slash, and absolutely destroys his Espeon without any problems. So it's a good start on my part. So after this, he decides to go to his Keldeo, and I'm not gonna stay in whatsoever. So I decided to switch out and go into my Magnum Zone because I know my Magnum Zone could probably take out 1 hit or 2. Depends on Keldeo's EV trained or not. So he goes for Calm Mind, so I'm thinking it's a Moss one. But he goes for Secret Sword. I'm thinking he has Calm Mind and Secret Sword. What is this guy rolling with? So a mixed attacker? Have no clue, and Keldeo's pretty beast. So anyways, I decided to go to my Little Grant because so I could do the whole Giga Drain thing, Sleep Powder, all that good stuff. So he switches out and goes to his Volcarona. And after this, I'm thinking, okay, Sleep Powder it, and I do land the Sleep Powder, so that's a good start. But after this, I do go for the Quiver Dance because if you want to sweep with Little Grant, you have to go for the Quiver Dance, my bad, sorry. But after this, he does switch out on this turn, and he goes into his Politoed yet again. I'm thinking, why would he do that? So I go for Hidden Power Rock, and it did absolutely nothing to that Politoed. So after this, I decided to go for a Giga Drain because there's nothing else I could do. And thanks to his Light Screen, it did save his Politoed. So I give credit to this guy. He's a pretty good battler as we speak. Anyways, I do go for, well, he goes for a Parasong because I was not expecting it. I was hoping for Ice Beam, but apparently he doesn't roll that set. So after this, I go for the Giga Drain once again, but he does do the Protect, and I'm thinking, okay, so it's this kind of Politoed. So my Giga Drain had no effect on him whatsoever. But after this, I decided to stay in, but I did a stupid mistake because I misclicked. And guess what, guys? I went for Quiver Dance once again, but he did switch out to the Volcarona again. So it's a somewhat good, somewhat bad kind of thing. I was going for Giga Drain, so it wouldn't really matter. But after this Quiver Dance, I decided to go to Hidden Power Rock, and it absolutely did a huge amount of damage to his Volcarona, while being 4-time weakness to it, so it didn't really matter whatsoever. So the Volcarona is gone, and this is the last turn for Parasong, so my Little Grant also dies as well. So now I'm thinking, what am I going to do now? Because, but now he goes into his Latios, and I decided to go for my Weavile because I know he wasn't going to stay in. But I did go for the pretty bad move because I forgot he still had a Keldeo, so I did go for the Icy Wind, and no, not Icy Wind, Ice Shard, and it did absolutely nothing to that Keldeo. so really didn't matter. So I decided to switch out yet again because I'm not letting my Weavile die to that Keldeo. And I go into my Smeagol to leave him as Death Fodder because there is nothing I can do with that Smeagol anymore. So he goes for Calm Mind, and after this he goes for another Secret Sword, and it absolutely destroyed my Smeagol. But I am using a Smeagol with Focus Sash, so it did not matter whatsoever. So my Smeagol can survive, finally, right? But I'm still asleep yet again, and after this he goes for Secret Sword for the last time, takes out my Smeagol, and now I'm left with Weavile, Haxorus, and Volcarona. So I go for my Volcarona, and I was trying to go for Giga Drain for my Volcarona, but he goes for a Scald, and not suspecting this whatsoever, because I thought my Volcarona could take at least one hit, and it destroys my Volcarona. I'm thinking, what is this guy like running with? Wow. But after this, I do go into my Haxorus, because I could always go and do Outrage, and it'll probably do a decent amount of damage to all his Pokemon. But his thing is a little faster than mine, and I absolutely barely survived that Scald with 11 HP, and I go for my Outrage, and guess what? It actually paid off. Outrage comes and it takes out his Keldeo. Now he's left with Starmie, Politoed, and Latios. So he goes into Starmie, knowing Starmie is faster than my Haxorus, so I let my Haxorus die off, and it takes out my Haxorus, and now I'm left with my Weavile. And Weavile proved his worth. Wow, Weavile is an amazing Pokemon. So I go with my Weavile, and I'm using a Life Orb, may I say again, and I go for Night Slash. It does take out his Starmie, so I had no problem with that Starmie whatsoever. And I know Weavile is a pretty fast Pokemon, so if I just go for Night Slash, I'll probably take out his rest of his Pokemon. So he goes for Politoed, and after this I go for another one, but he does to protect, because maybe he thought he could survive another hit if he has leftovers on him, which did not matter whatsoever. So my Weavile goes for a Night Slash once again, and it does take out his Politoed, and was a pretty good idea, but since I'm using a Life Orb, so I think the Life Orb actually mattered on this time. So he goes for a Latios, and I destroy his Latios with my Night Slash once again. I hope you guys enjoy this match. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and like the video. If you guys think I should do something else better or make improvements, let me know. Put it on the comments. Alright guys, thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Peace. I'm off.